Hi friends, this is Dainty Tank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Slay the Princess. This is part 2 in the series, Poked. Poked the Totoro in the upper right card area and see what you missed. Because obviously you missed something. I am pumped. Oh, there's 7 endings, and this is a demo. Just put that in your head. This is just a demo. Oh my goodness. It's so good. It's so good. It's by Black Tabby Games. Link is down below. Please go and support this game and this game developer. They're the creators behind Scarlet Hollow. Awesome other game we've also played. There's flickering images, as you can tell. I warned last time, just wanting to warn again here now. And also, please make sure that you go and wishlist this item, because it helps their rankings and everything that they do. Alright, let's go! Okay, so we restarted. You're here to slay her. Uh-huh. Is this where we dropped off? Yeah, it is. Aha! Wait, hasn't this already happened? Oh, you bastard! You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. We can help her. We just have to find a way. Oh, is there another one of us in here? Help her? Need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Oh, do I have to start anew, actually? Let me go back. Main menu. Yeah, let's start again. Let's start fresh. This time, let's go a different route. Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Have you considered that's because... Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution!
That's the spirit.
Oh.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So good. Okay, we're gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Would it now? Now that we have the knife, how much does this conversation change?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's commanding, almost as though she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
That's different. That's different already. Hold on. Because before it was hello. So it's already different. I just continue. Let's do that.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
I love this.
You walk down the stairs
Oh,
and lock eyes with the princess.
much more
There's
confident.
a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Uh-huh.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Uh-huh.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
No, I wasn't. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided yet. Just here to talk. Steal your nerves and step forward. Yeah, no, it wasn't a joke.
Okay, well, what if you didn't kill me?
Interesting perspective.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it, tighten your grip. I love this. I'm gonna drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
The narrator is done with my stuff.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So there's the thing, is that obviously there's two parts of my brain that are talking amongst themselves this entire time. And she's only seeing me. And obviously from our last playthrough, the narrator has immense control over us, but isn't forcing anything right now.
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship.
You're right. Yeah, it is pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're going to end the world. There's people out there who think you're a threat to the world. What's your name? How long have you been down here? We've talked about this. You know why I'm here to kill you? A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
I mean, you're right. Good point. I take that back. There's people out there who think you're a threat to the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Why not? You're gonna kill. Why not?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
Just how long has she been down here?
Did they even bother to tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? Because that just doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd be capable of.
Deflect. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? No. Been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping information secret. No. And if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them. I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, kinda.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Oh, she doesn't have to know. Ha ha.
Look, at the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Nope.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Yep.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Hold on. Is the voice of the hero now talking to me? Is there an underlayer to this? So I have, like, the narrator and the voice of the hero, but those aren't just my primary voice. They're in my head talking to me? Who?
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or any other number of good things that I'm sure you want to hear.
According to every D&D manual, yes. That's kind of what I would be looking for. Yes.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
I mean, that's a good point. Except for the fact that, like, your word is actually a little bit worse off because of the fact that in a situation like this, where you are trapped and confined against your will, you will say anything to make it stop. Which I don't blame. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that your words are going to, no matter what, be skewed towards trying to get free, which is fair. Especially in a situation like this. Not blaming.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So, do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
How would you get out of here? What's your name? How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
You're a little bit different.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here. And if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Oh, she is.
She is. I'm sure of it.
We've now learned. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
She is fully separate. It's not princess. It's now like you can call me Your Highness. Okay, we've talked enough.
Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess. Examine the chains. I'm getting you out of here. Keep her locked up. I'm going to keep you locked away down here. At least for a bit. We'll get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get her out of this one. I will go down darker routes right after this, but this one I want to, like, now that I've brought the knife down with me, is it different? So far it is. Let's try and get her out.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
He's so done. That narrator is so done. I love that this is fully voiced and that the voices are opinionated. It's not just the narrator reading. The narrator is sitting there like, are you freaking kidding me? I love it because it's just reading my actions.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. they wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of there. Try the door. Let's return to the bottom.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Easier for whom?
Easier for everyone.
Easier for you?
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I'm still doing this. I'm gonna free the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
Ugh.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
The princess clutches the wound, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Just a flesh wound.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
I can't just.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
So there's so much going on here. I'm going to try to warn her again.
Stop that.
Oh. I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess dodges? Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She knocks your legs out from under you with a swift kick. You didn't even see it coming. You fall to the ground, the wind leaving your lungs all at once in a violent puff, and her knee settles on your throat. You try to gasp for air, but she pushes on your windpipe with weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. You won't draw another breath. When she manages to escape from this place and brings ruin to the world, know that it was all your fault.
It can't just end like this, right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happening. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
This was a different way. So before she killed us in a different way. The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We're not gonna let him know.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We're not gonna let him know. Okay, no. She's going to kill me again. Oh, don't worry. I'll gladly save the princess. Yep, okay, totally gonna do that. Silently proceed. I'm getting the hell out of here, turn around and leave. No. No. Let's just silently proceed. Let's see if I just go silently.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her... Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say the word wink out loud?
Okay, so no matter what, the
No, I
narrator.
didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed, okay.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely empty. The blade is your implement.
Okay. Take the knife,
You take the blade from the table.
enter the basement. Alright.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase. Her voice carries softly up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Much different.
It's even more hypnotizing than before. Is it more hypnotizing than before, or is that just what we want it to be? I think we're in love.
No.
For everyone's sake, you're not in love.
For
Just
everyone's
don't
sake.
let her charm you. It's all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
And this one has a crown.
She's still so beautiful. And she has both of her arms again. Did everything we just went through actually happen? It must have, because she's different. Can't you tell?
You. I remember you. You're going to help me get out of here, right?
Okay, so we got the same ending that way. Now we know we can load. Let's load here, which is the second chapter. Let's just turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Oh, got an achievement. Okay, fine. You're persistent. I'm gonna go to the cabin. I'll slay the princess. Okay, fine. I'll go to the cabin and maybe I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her. Maybe I don't. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I am not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of the new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. No, we're definitely gonna... Yeah. Definitely know where I'm not going.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Nice.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Oh. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
Dies.
Forever.
I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. Bax, you're emotionally blackmailing me into this.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess.
I don't care. Don't tell me how to do the trolley problem.
And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
You can lead a horse to water, but I'm gonna walk the opposite direction from that cabin. Ah, really?
But fine, you turn around and
Nice.
trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Uh-huh. There's no fighting this, is this? I have to go in the cabin? Oh yeah, well I guess I'll start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this
There's
place.
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Uh-huh.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Uh-huh.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Oh.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Oh, the music cue. Just got dissonant.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
I love it.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2 again? The stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Hold up, no. Hold up, no? Again? Hold up. So I'm getting a sense of deja vu. I died. Those walls weren't here last night. Oh. Hold up. Those walls weren't here last time.
What are you talking about? Those walls have always been there. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost, or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yeah, screw this guy. They might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Oh my god, the contrarian! Yes.
If by ruining my day you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
How?
Still, the world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind. Okay, don't worry. No. Okay, so there's only one way to go. Nope.
You
Let's
know
lie.
I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Maybe we should believe her.
Huh?
Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore them, they're just being difficult for the sake of it.
Uh-huh.
The interior of the cabin is odd.
This is different.
The air smelling faintly of plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths, causing it to tilt towards the door. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
What? Okay, yeah, this is different because smelling faintly of plastic, and now the table is wobbly.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyways?
Yes!
I, for one, would rather have it. We don't really know what we're dealing with here. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Can I take the blade?
You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Can I throw it? Oh, I can't.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are warped and shoddily constructed. The air seeping up from below is heavy, oppressive, with an odd stink to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs, its multi-tonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hello. Is someone there?
This isn't what I expected her to sound like.
What is she?
I think we'd all like to know. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view.
Hello?
She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other. The loose skin of her face stretches into something resembling a smile.
Good lord.
Something in her neck bulges, roiling under her skin as she starts to speak, her voice pouring out between her closed teeth.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I had a friend.
No. Ah! The stranger. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so good. Okay, we're gonna play another one. Ah, so good. These peeps, my friends. Tony and Abby. Freaking amazing humans. And the voices. Like Nicole Goodnight, Jonathan Sims, gonna call you out. Freaking great. Great voices. Ugh. Patreon. Special thanks. We're gonna start new.
You're on a path you're
We're
here.
gonna click through. Let's see. Forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees.
Okay, so that's the same. If you don't tell me why she's dangerous.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out. Which she will, unless you do something about it.
Huh. I want specifics. What happens?
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
Uh-huh. Can someone else do this? Do you have any evidence back
You're
there?
already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with.
As long as you remain focused on your goal, you make your way up
Oh, I
the
didn't mean
short
to do
path
that.
to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed. Okay. Let's get violent.
The interior of the cabin is almost a blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take.
You take the blade from the...
Enter. Hoo-hoo.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressed... Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
That's different too.
It's commanding. Almost as though she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
So good.
Focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah. You caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I haven't to say that. I'm here to talk. Oh yeah, you got me.
Well, you shouldn't.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Because you should be. Just realized. Probably better over here. Sorry to move me around. Is that better? There we go. There we go.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay, hold up. Hold up. I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade, slay the princess. What if she's in bluffing? What if she calls me? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry. Can we just talk? No. What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Okay. Squint at the princess while holding. Fine then. Guess we were at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Fine.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Yeah.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes black, and you die.
The Fury? What? What?
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What? Hasn't... Oh no, but I died. She's going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Uh-huh.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's going to kill us again.
Voice of the broken.
Oh, is there another one of us in here? If you go to the cabin, you might as well just throw yourself at her feet and beg for mercy. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff that pathetic little voice to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna
Seriously?
do that once.
You're just going to turn around and leave?
Yep. The cabin. Yeah, I'm okay with pretty
there
okay
won't
with
be
that.
a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever.
Uh-huh.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Until.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
How convenient.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
Uh-huh.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. It's not her lies that'll stop us. I must admit, I'm a little worried about going back in there. I don't want to be as much of a downer as my new roommate, but we were definitely outclassed last time. She seems more demon than princess.
Ooh.
Ignore them, they don't know what they're talking about. She's just a princess.
No.
Don't get all in your head about it.
Oh, don't just a princess me. I've seen her eat herself. Not like that.
The interior of the cabin is larger than it should be. The only item of furniture is a plain wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Oh my god.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are wide and deep. The air seeping up from below is heavy and oppressive, with an odd, eggy stink to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's somehow even fiercer than it was before.
Of course it is. Don't let it intimidate you. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view.
Hi!
A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Is it just me, or is she bigger than last time?
Yeah.
It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Yeah.
I told you. It's pointless.
I was wondering when I might have company. Free me from my bindings, and maybe I'll let you live for a while.
The fury. Oh, so good. So good! Okay. Again, amazing game. This is in demo. You can download it for yourself. I definitely highly recommend that you do. I'm gonna leave this here because honestly there's a few more endings that I want to explore and different paths I want to explore. So we're gonna do that next time. But again, this is free. Download it yourself. Play it yourself. Don't wait for me. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye!